are doing venison today. So what we've done here is we have some backstrap and some what we're calling venison cutlets, so thin cuts. We have it soaking in water with salt to pull the blood out. In a few hours, we'll come back, we'll season these up, and then we're just gonna hot sear what we're calling the cutlets. And then we'll be done. So we'll come back in a few hours once the blood is out of here. We'll light our fire, then we'll get them seasoned up. Okay, we are doing some venison. So my brother-in-law brought me this venison. The people who processed the deer for him, they called this cutlets. And they're called cutlets because these are very thin pieces. And it's already tenderized. I'm not exactly sure what part this is. They did label some backstrap, so it looks like they may have taken the backstrap and for whatever reason, slice it thin and tenderize it already, but that's fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and season these up and we're gonna cook them on the Kamado. So we're gonna do these because they're so thin. So traditionally, backstrap, or what you would call tenderloin, you would wanna reverse sear that. It's a thick tube, but because this is already thin and it's sliced, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna season this up and we're just gonna cook it on direct heat, similar to if we had a gas grill, but we're gonna get some really nice charcoal flavor instead of just gas. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna go through and make sure there's not silver skin. So see this here, so the processing people didn't take off all the silver skin. So I'm just gonna come in here and cut that out. This is just a chewy mess that will not be an enjoyable bite of food. So we're just gonna cut these out where we can and clean this up. I mean, it's pretty clean, but anytime we can get rid of silver skin, that's a bonus, because this does nothing and it's like eating a rubber band if you leave it on. All right, so I'm gonna clean up, get rid of any silver skin that I find. Then we're gonna season this. I'm gonna season it with some Holy Voodoo from Meat Church. It's got a nice little tang and some spice to it. So we'll hit this up with some Holy Voodoo. I also have their beef rub, which is Holy Cow. So I may do Holy Cow and a touch of Voodoo or vice versa. But step one is let's get this all cleaned up. We'll clean up all this silver skin, and then we'll check on our fire and we'll get them on. This is gonna be a quick cook. These are really thin pieces and it will not take long. Lots of people fry these, especially this thin. They're very easy to batter and fry, but we've got the grill. It's a decent night, so we're gonna go ahead and do these on the Kamado. So like I said, I'm gonna get these cleaned up and then we will season them and get them on the grill. Okay, we're pretty much good. I've cleaned this up the best I can. This is like super tender and it's borderline mushy because of how it was processed and how they tenderized it. So this is not the best way to get venison, but we are going to make the best out of it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and season it. I don't need olive oil, these are pretty wet. We had them soaking in a bowl of water with salt to pull out any blood that was left in there. So I dried them off, but they still have some moisture in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and season these and toss them around. I think what we're gonna end up doing is making fajitas out of these. So they're super thin. So these will be perfect for fajitas, but let's season these up. Again, I'm gonna use beef rub from Meat Church, Holy Cow, and then some Voodoo to add some spice and some tang. So we'll just go ahead and season these evenly. They're thin, so I do not need to just absolutely dump on here. So when you see me do some really thick steaks, it's a nice heavy coat, but these are very thin cuts. They're gonna cook very quickly, so I do not need to absolutely drench them with seasoning. Okay, so we've got them seasoned. I ended up doing pretty much equal parts beef rub, which is salt, pepper, garlic, and then some Voodoo, which has some nice spices in there. Like I said, it It adds some spice, it adds some tang, and it's a really nice rub. So let's go out, we'll check on our fire. We're doing direct cooking, similar to a regular grill, so I'm looking for 500 degrees, something to that effect. So we'll go out, we'll check on it, we'll get our grates on, and make sure we're good to go, and then we'll go ahead and get these on. Okay, we are pretty much exactly at 500 in the dome. So let's go ahead and get these on. This is very traditional style cook, and this should go quickly. So we'll get these on, let them go for 5, 6, 7 minutes. Then we'll flip them over and do the same on the other side. No meat probe, these are too thin. So no meat probe or anything crazy like that. And these are gonna cook all the way through. So it's a matter of just getting a nice grill texture and really letting that flavor cook in. So let's get these on and we'll get that lid shut. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. Let's check on them. Okay, not quite ready for a flip yet. So we'll let them go. A few more minutes. So you can see actually half my grill's cooking hotter than the other half. So let's do some rearranging here. We'll move the back to the front to the back. But see how great this is coming out? So even though this is not the best cut of meat right now, this will come out very good. Okay, close this lid, come back in a few more minutes. All right, let's do a final check. I am 99% sure we're done here. Yep, we are done. You can tell, still plenty of tenderness there, but it firmed up and we can have a nice color. So we're done. Let's go ahead and we'll get these on the plate. And then some of the thicker ones we'll just eat as is, and the thinner ones we're gonna chop up and do some nice venison fajitas. So this is a super quick, easy cook. There's a million different ways to do venison, but there's not a lot of fat. So if you saw when I was trimming the silver skin there, it's a very lean meat. So you just gotta make sure you don't overcook it. You're better off undershooting. There's not a lot of fat, there's not a lot of give. You can very quickly dry this out because of how little fat there is. So that's why this whole cook was probably 12 minutes top to bottom. Granted, these are thinner than most, but still very quick cook. So we're gonna go inside, we're gonna eat these. Pretty anticlimactic cook because it was very straightforward, very easy. But if you end up with some, what they're calling venison cutlets, or very thin strips of venison, this is a very easy, delicious way to cook them. I am gonna tent these and rest them a little bit, let it, reabsorb any moisture that's being pushed out and cool down slowly. And then we're gonna go ahead and eat. So thanks for watching this, what is probably a 6-minute cook. But if you have any questions, comments, let me know, and see you again soon.